Everybody, welcome back to the stream. It's time to get right back into our challenge run here. We're up to week 50. I think it's safe to say we're just about halfway done here with the challenge. Of course, the harder part is going to be in this half. Fairly confident about our chances though. This is still the farthest I've ever made it without dying once. It is our 9th attempt here. We just got a level 6 hero recruited from the Shard Dust here. Very happy to have this man-at-arms with fantastic quirks here. We got Tough and Steady mainly. Those are the ones I care about. Man-at-arms is usually going to die to stress, so Steady is a godlike quirk to have on him, in my opinion. I was gearing to go on a long quest in the Warrens this week, so we have our Leper with Manslayer, the Houndmaster, Horns Explorer. Bounty Hunter naturally has increased damage versus all these human enemies. And then we have a Beast Hater Vestal here. So my priority is to get a level 5 or 6 team ready to take on Wolf when he spawns. That'll happen as soon as I get 3 more characters to level 5 here. I had some debate as to whether I wanted to get the Puppet Theater this week to start getting that increased passive stress heal from here on to the end of the campaign. After some consideration, I do think that it might actually be a better idea for me to go for the training ring or the performance hall instead. Oh, you know what? I don't even have any districts to, any blueprints to build anything, so I had all that debate in my mind for nothing. But, well, not for nothing. I still think I'm going to prioritize going for the training arena, because that's going to give us a lot of bonuses for the Arbalest, Houndmaster, Man-at-Arms, Shieldbreaker. These 4 heroes are going to be used a lot on this run, so 4 accuracy and 10% max HP should help a lot, especially with survivability. And the performance hall is relatively cheap, so that would be good to get as well. So my strategy for this run will be to hold off on the Puppet Theater, unlike in my previous campaigns. Now, it would be nice to have the Fortifying Garlic for Man-at-Arms. I don't have the crystal that does the similar thing yet. The only benefit of going on this long quest in the Warrens would be to progress the boss meter, which I think might be a good idea because I do think that this meter is probably at like 45% or something here, so I'd have to go on a long. Well, let's say it's at. You know what? Let me do some quick calculations here. The boss meter goes up by 30%, I believe, for medium quests when it comes to champion bosses. So actually 2 medium quests should do the trick here. It doesn't matter if I go on the long quest actually. So let's think about this then. I could go for a Mooncloak. Could go for the Garlic. I am a little bit nervous about the Hag, honestly. Hag is not someone I'm confident about taking on without dying. I do have 5 scales. What I could do is put a scale on everybody at the start of their turns. And that way if they get out of the pot, then I can still have some leeway in saving them. Yeah, let's consider that here. So, Highwayman has Fear of Mankind. Okay, well that's actually bad against the Hag, so maybe I actually wait on that. I definitely want to... You know, both Luminous and Hard Skinned are very good on Highwayman. He has... Let's see what I'd rather have. It's actually kind of tough here. Fear of Mankind with the... Decreased accuracy is definitely something I want to get rid of, and then it's between Luminous. Normally I go for Luminous, but for a Deathless run, I do really like protection on Highwayman. Having the hard skin here is kind of like equipping you know, like an Ancestor's Ring or something. Without the extra accuracy, of course. Let's actually lock in. Let's start getting ready for the hag fight here. So let's go ahead and lock that in on Highwayman. And let's think about who else I might want to take to that boss battle. So definitely the Highwayman. Maybe this Vestal with Tough. Not that the HP really matters when it comes to the hag fight, because the pot does decrease by max HP every turn. So it doesn't matter how much health you have, you are still going to exit the pot in the same amount of turns, I believe. Wheel Explorer and Lurker. This, yeah, this Hellion would be good against the hag. So I'm thinking Highwayman, Hellion, Vestal, and someone else. Maybe another healer. The Flagellant gets out of position too easily, I think. It could be the Man-at-Arms, actually. He can guard the person that... Yeah. He has the riposte. I love to have double riposte against the hag to kill her as fast as possible. That'd be a good option here. So that means for the time being, maybe I stick with my plan of going on this long run in the Warrens here. Of course, I could go for a second Moon Cloak. Yeah, even though the Fortifying Garlic would be the best quest rewarded this week, I think I will stick with the long quest here. I would even go for a Antiquarian quest, but she's only level 2 right now, and there are no... This is the only non-veteran dungeon we have available to us this week. It's kind of funny. I could try to kill the Swine King now. I mean, these are fine. Which Houndmaster would I take for that? Hot to Trot versus On Guard Clotter. Quick reflexes. He has Spotted Fever though, which doesn't really matter against that boss fight. TBH. And then it would be the Flagellant. Warren's Explorer, Clotter, both really good. And then one Occultist. Yeah, maybe I just knock out the Swine King here. Because it's not going to be... I mean, I could go for the Necromancer also. Could definitely go for the Necromancer. Don't want to go on anything in the Cove right now because Think from the Stars is roaming. And I definitely want to take him on during an Apprentice dungeon. Viscount is an option as well. Well, no, he's not, because I don't have a level 5 team ready yet. Ideally, we take level 6 guys into this dungeon. I mean, it's not that hard, but just want to maximize our chances, right? Yeah, maybe we go for the Swine King. Because 2 medium quests should finish off this meter. 2 medium quests would be 30% progression total. This is definitely at least 40%. So is there any point in going on a long quest here? I think not. Even though the reward is not great. Do we want to keep the Sacred Scroll? Is there any world where I take the Sacred Scroll over something like the Ancestral Scroll? It is more healing, but I value the stun chance on Vessel too much. The damage debuff is pretty bad as well. Alright, let's take a look at the Swine King killing team here. Lurker, okay, it's definitely going to be the other guy with Warren's Explorer. Then we're going to take the Flagellant. Then the Houndmaster with the Warren's Explorer. as opposed to what? Spotted Fever. Which of these guys would be better against the... If I take this Houndmaster, then he is going to be level 5. So I can't use him on any more these dungeons. Which could be fine. But this guy is better against the Flesh because he has the bleed resist. Germaphobe is kind of bad with my Plague Doctor synergy, who's going to alternate between blighting and stunning. Oh, but a weird construction though with a minus heal. Maybe that's not a good idea to take him in that case. I think I'm fine doing this. And then we take our Arbalest to clear the marks. Okay, so in that case we'll take Martyr's Seal on him. And the Surgical Gloves, since he has all melee damage. Definitely the Demon's Cauldron here, and I'm thinking the Moon Cloak on him. Houndmaster would take the Focus Ring and the Crescendo Box I usually like on him to go first. That means Arbalest could take the Medic's Greaves, play more of a support role. I could put Focus Ring on hers also, or the map. Is Medic's Greaves really necessary? I'm trying to think. What's the alternative? A Focus Ring? She has naturally high accuracy to begin with, 105, compared to Houndmaster's 5, so she's basically already got a Focus Ring on. That being the case, is there anything better? Dark Bracer? Feel like she's fulfilling more of a support role, right? Oh, this is where I would love to have the Shrieker trinket that gives some stun resist. I actually really don't want the Arbalest to get stunned here. Oh, actually, the Crimson Court. I haven't taken the Crimson Court trinket on her at all so far. 30% healing skills and negative 15 stress. Not so sure about that. Focus Ring's a solid choice, right? Yeah, I think I'll do that. I already have the Granary built, so I'm not especially worried about heals as much. So let's level up everything here. Sure, I'll level up Target Whistle. And all this stuff. Kind of expensive. Getting kind of expensive here. So I should have enough. I could save some gold here, I think. I just need to make sure I have enough deeds later on. Yeah, this will save me a little bit of gold for the next few upgrades. 3 speed. I've never hit Lash's Kiss, actually, on the Flagellant. Does he really need the speed, though? I don't think so. 8 speed is pretty fast. So we can do something like this. Stress healing and guard. Dark Ritual over Pep Talk probably. And we can take Weakening Curse with some Mark Synergy here. A full stack of bandages and anti-venoms. Let's take 2 herbs, 2 keys. I'll take 4 holy waters. We'll take a full stack of scales. I'll take 4 laudanums. Anything else? 2 shovels, 6 of these. Okay, anything we want to sell? Sacred Scroll, because I'm not going to take this into the Crimson Court. I'd rather take the other 2 healing items. I'm not going to take this into the farmstead, because I do stun a lot. I'm not going to take this to, like, the Shriek or anything, right? Yeah, I'm not going to take this against the Shrieker, so what's the point, really? I'll just sell this. Yeah, okay. Let's get to it. Yeah, okay. Let's get to it. Maybe 1 more herb.
My first attempts at summoning were crude, and the results disappointing. I soon found, however, that the type and condition of the host's meat was a critical factor. The best results came from pigs.
I don't recall ever having too much trouble against any of the swine bosses. The swine god, prince, king bosses. Just because the Arbalest strategy works so well. So the boss is going to be in this corner for sure, I think. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. We can minimize our battles going this way. Collector. Okay. Since we get to stun him first turn, I'm not that worried. I do think I want to pop the dog treats here, though. Collector can be kind of scary. So we'll use the second set of dog treats on the boss. And good thing we have the blind fire here, otherwise it wouldn't have been great. Now I can mark him. Big damage coming in. So he's dead. Nice. Didn't get a single attack off. I guess I'll keep everything here. A lot of them are usually the first thing I'm willing to give up, because I could always stress heal if I get some horror inflicted on me. 750 gold would be nice. Nice, we get scouting. Do I want to keep the map on is the question. Why don't we... As long as I don't run into the Shambler, I don't think the map should add too much stress to me. Okay, not bad. Got to surprise them. Let's see if we can't go ahead. I actually want to stun this guy every time, so I'll do that. Let's see if we can't kill this guy. Yeah, just want to make sure he dies. So I'll use a bandage here. Let's prioritize this guy. I'm expecting to outspeed him next turn.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Okay, he's dead. So I guess I'll just kill him.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Portrait or bust. Guild is already completely done. Busts are going to be used for the sanitarium at this point to save on gold. What are the odds I need 9 bandages in 2 hallways? Not that much, right? Yeah, let's do that. Let's remember to save a bandage when we're backtracking here. This is not quite 100% disarm, so I guess I pitch the bus to increase my odds here. It's a guaranteed disarm. And for this guy in battle, I'll equip suppressing fire, since it's more likely to be 2 back row guys to hit. Oh, nice. Since we do have the... well... let's just think about it a little bit longer. I don't know if I want to camp before or after the boss. Syphilis, okay. It's probably not good. Minus accuracy, okay. Really glad I put the moon cloak on him now. Okay, good heal though. Should be out of danger. In this instance, I think we can just go ahead and de-stealth that guy. Okay. He's dead.
The slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving.
Hopefully I outspeed this guy. There we go. Nice crit. Go ahead and do a little bit of stress healing with Arbalist. Oh, that's a pretty nasty cut. Minus healing received. Let's go ahead and... oh, yeah, let's do that. Stun him here. Give him some increased healing with the Arbalist. He's almost dead. Maybe we just... oh. That was a mistake. Okay, good dodge though. I think we've done enough healing. Okay. So I can actually camp here, when I think about it, to get some damage buffs going. Damage buffs, and then hit the altar. That will give me increased damage for the rest of the dungeon if I camp. Yeah, makes perfect sense. Clear up my inventory a little bit.
Circle in the dark. The battle may yet be
Can pitch
won.
this 1 food for a jade, I guess. Or take this off so that I can hit Dark Strength without taking the extra stress. What is the benefit to speed in this boss fight? Is there really a benefit to speed at all? Because Wilbur's always going to be outspeeding my team. He's got like 20 speed or something crazy. And I don't think the Swine King is actually ever going to outspeed my guys either. And the thing is, if I give everyone speed except for her, then she can't clear stun off anyone if they get stunned by Wilbur. So we're actually going to skip the speed buff. Let's start by giving damage to our main damage dealer. 20% will be pretty good. And then Does he have any disease? Nope. I can give her a damage buff then. We can heal that speed debuff off her. What else? We have 3 left. Probably just... This is negative 10 stress. Yeah, probably better just to hit this. Okay, we actually didn't get a scout. Let's touch this with the Houndmaster. I'm gonna not worry about her speed debuff until we actually get to the boss room. Let's take the map off her. It's not good that he's hitting the traps and getting stress. Okay. So, okay, now I will clear that debuff off her. Let's see what stuff I want to take here. Definitely don't need suppressing fire. I could do the mark. Yeah, I always go with these skills. Honor here. Hound's Hair is definitely not needed, so we'll go with the Target Whistle, the Protection, and the Lick Wounds. I find myself sometimes wanting to just stall with Cry Havoc at the end of the fight. Let's go ahead and get the debuff, the mark, the stun. We don't need Rain of Sorrow, so I can just get Redeem here. All the trinkets are in order. Yeah, should be good to go. Alright guys, second veteran boss is going to be the Swine God here. Or is it the first? This might actually be the first veteran boss. We're looking pretty good. Actually, I'm going to put the map on her just so that we can get some scouting after the boss fight. I'm not worried about her stress. Okay, it's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and debuff his damage in that case. We're just going to clear his mark with Arbalist. Nice crit. That should last for longer now. That debuff. Okay, nice dodge. Well, I would like to have him marked. So if I mark him this turn, then next turn I don't have to use a cultist for a mark. I can just use him to... Ooh, a raid. Ash Gaming Tales with the raid. Thank you very much. A big fan of Ash. It's partly what inspired me to do this challenge run, so great appreciation to him. Killed Baron today, Ash. Glad to hear it. It's always, I think he's my hardest Crimson Court boss to deal with. I tend to die against him the most, just randomly. Glad you were able to take care of that guy. Wow. So the Swanky actually outspeeded my Arbalist here. At 1 speed, okay. If that's the case, let's go ahead. I could heal my Flagellant so he gets more heal off of Sanguinate here, or just hit him with some mark damage. I feel like Wilbur might target this guy first thing next turn. Let's go with the safer play. Ash Gaming Tales almost lost a run today. Rolled 1 death check on a random bad RNG fight. Oh, I feel that, dude. Definitely not world's first. I started playing this game mostly 6 months ago. Yeah. I am I'm gonna claim world's first on these niche goals for all quest goals and all journals. Uh, I think the difference is I'm also gonna do the mini bosses. I just did the Fanatic a couple days ago, and I'm gonna try to go for a Thing from the Stars too, which are my two least favorite bosses to go against. But I consider us to be doing pretty much the same challenge, so I would say good luck to you as well, sir.
Mortality clouded
That's
a
right.
single strike.
We're actually about the same on the weeks too. I'm on week 50 here. I think you're like on week 40 plus or something like that. Okay, reclaim or exsanguinate. Hopefully I can. The problem here is that if he gets targeted, he gets hit to death's door, then Wilbur just kills him next turn. As much as I would love to get that damage in. 47? Yeah, hard to believe we're only 3 weeks behind each other. I've been doing this campaign for like almost 2 weeks now. 1 week or 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks now almost. Yeah, this is my first veteran boss, I believe. And I saw you doing a veteran boss earlier today, right? I was tuning in a bit while I was working. Oh, big
Precision
crit.
and power.
I like to get all the bosses done around the same time. Okay, that guy's stun cleared. So he actually has the mark on her. Ooh, what are the odds that I get completely screwed over here? Maybe I actually want to use the scales. She can't clear her own mark. If he crits for like a billion damage, can he actually crit for 40 damage? Let me actually double check the Swine God damage here. Swine King. On the veteran level, he will do... Obliterate Mass does 16 damage, or no, 4 to 9 damage, 100% versus marked, so that should be... No, Obliterate Body, right? So that could do 24% damage. Could do 24 damage without a crit. With crit, so 1.5 times 24 is going to be 36 damage, plus the damage bonuses from Torchless. So she could actually get hit to death's door here and then get killed by Wilbur. I really hate to use a scale like this. I want to save these for the Hag. Try Leper in position 1 with this comp. So much better. Yeah, definitely worth trying. I definitely picked up on that strategy versus the Prophet. I really love that because when you debuff the damage, it's like getting protection on everyone kind of, right? So I guess why am I even doing this comp? I've just always loved this comp against the Swine God. Okay, no crit there. Great, he's still marked. Nice big damage there. Alright, this should be done. I killed Wilbur with this strat on Swine God. How? How do you kill Wilbur? I don't get it. Doesn't he, isn't that just gonna make the fight a lot harder? Let's see. So, I think I can just afford to debuff his damage here. Leper and Occult debuff Swine to 0 damage? Holy cow. That's the strat I use against the Prophet, using Leper and Occultist to debuff the Prophet, but I don't know why I haven't tried it on the Swine King yet. Okay, this guy is... Oh, not quite dead. So, maybe I should clear the mark. 14 to 31 damage? Hold on. I need 16, 17 damage to kill him. What are the odds that I don't do 17 damage to him and he gets this guy to death's door and Wilbur kills him? I don't think that those odds are very likely here. I feel like even with a Prophet, though, I never, like, debuff his damage that much. Like, he always gets to, like, hitting my guys maybe 5 to 10 damage with the falling blocks. But he does have more turns than Swine God, I guess, so the debuffs fall off faster. Alright, good.
How many rats will it take to gnaw
Yeah, you're
through
right,
a
Ash. Probably would have just...
flesh?
I could have debuffed some stress or reduce some stress and also... Yeah, just deleted the turn. Wilbur, let's get our revenge on you. I've lost so many guys to Wilbur after Swine King just takes him to Death's Door. Uh, yeah, sure, let's just kill.
Press disadvantage. Give
Got
them
our
no
next
quarter.
blueprint. We can finally get our next district here. Again, I think I'm going to hold off on the Puppet Theater for this campaign and just go directly for the Trading Ring. So I'm just gonna anticipate not needing shovels. Let's do some exploring, get our skills back in order. Actually, my most watched clip is min damage to death. I am on run 56. I had runs end with bad RNG. Actually, my most watched clip is min damage into death. Not quite sure what that clip is, but sounds pretty informative. I feel like a lot of the guys that do these kinds of challenges know exactly how much of the enemies will crit for, and that really helps to mitigate your risks. This is how your run could have ended. Let me check that shit out. Oh, with the freaking the pounder, huh? Oh yeah, the pounder can summon the bloodletter. Always hate to see that happen. That is the brigand 12 pounder, so that's the veteran guy. Oof. Yeah, doesn't that's not my favorite comp against the pounder, but sometimes you just take what you can, right? I get it. Let's take a peek-see here. That loss taught you a valuable lesson. What was the lesson there? Taking the right comp? Yeah, that's fair. Sometimes I mean, it depends, right? How early you are in the run, but sometimes you just kind of ego it with the team you have available for a good. I think if there's a good trinket reward early on, then sometimes it's worth egoing it with a less than ideal team. But more so for apprentice dungeons, not so much for the veterans. Let's leave that torch in case we hit a pile of scrolls somewhere. I did, this is the last 4 vet heroes he had. Yeah, see. That's why I love to, well, I prefer to always take on all the bosses at the same level at the same time, so I don't have to worry about not having the right teams for them. That goes into, like, the macro play, which I love about this game, is, like, there's so much, like, micro play and macro play. It just, gives you a lot to think about, which I like. Pirate Weasel, how you have mouse? I always have a mouse when I'm playing the game. I don't know what you mean by that. Alright, my first run-in with a corpse eater, a large corpse eater this run.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
Okay. Let's go for a kill on this guy.
Decimated.
Go for a stun here.
A singular
It was the best run I had. Almost all areas were max leveled, and I was mostly just boss to finish it with 7 extra weeks to spare. You had, okay, so you were almost finished with the campaign with the levels, but you had that last veteran boss, I see. You know, the last run I tried, where I did all bosses on Torchless, I think that the Brigand Pounder was like the last boss I procrastinated also. I tend to leave the wheeled bosses for last a lot of the times, for whatever reason.
Annihilated.
And after hearing about your run with a hag that ended your really good run, I'm really scared about the veteran hag now even. I'm thinking about saving all scales just for the hag. Like, I'll just equip all the scales round one on the hag for both the veteran and the champion. Unfortunately, I did waste a lot of scales for the fanatic because I didn't understand that he does damage to you before he puts you on the stake. He does like 1 damage to you and then he puts you on the stake. So I wasted like 3 scales until I realized that when I was rewatching the playthrough. 120% chance. I have 70% chance stun. 50% chance stun. Sure, I'll take it. Just get your HP up. Using a different party to kill Hag now. I'd be curious as to what you want to take. I have always run Highwayman, at least one Highwayman against Hag. In my previous successful all boss runs in Torchless, I've also done double Highwayman, like I've said before. And usually that takes care of the Hag before she has a chance to have anyone fall out of the pot. And this time, since I don't have 2 Highwaymen on this campaign for some reason, I'm probably going to take Man-at-Arms so he can get riposte up and also guard whoever comes out of the pot. And hopefully she doesn't do a cleave attack. I do need a couple deeds left to finish off the blacksmith here. Guess I can pitch that. I'll take this over the Onxes. The party killed that party killed Shambler. I killed Champag with 2 Highwayman, Occultist, Man-at-Arms. Stress healed 200 stress, 200 plus stress, 2 afflictions, and then killed Hag. So I made the same party, 2 Highwaymen, a ton of damage. I got lucky that she stole Man-at-Arms. Yeah. Next time I might go 2 Highwayman, Abomination, Man-at-Arms. The thing is, I'm always taking, like, the difference between you and me is I'm always taking Vestal on boss fights like that. I mean, of course, she could be, I don't mind if Vestal gets put in the pot because that guarantees pretty much that I'm going to be able to rush her down before Vestal comes out of the pot. I just think that Vestal is just too important for getting consistent heals in. That's just my playstyle. But you do have more experience than me on Deathless challenges, so I think there is merit to taking a cultist and focusing damage too. But I just can't. I'm just not comfortable without Vestal, or at least 2 sources of healing. And I also put like Mace Bash or something on her so that she comes out of the pot. Then, okay. Let me think here. Probably still want to push for to at least one more fight. Let's take the bandages. No, I don't need the portraits right now. And let's not go for that chest. I think I have enough loot. SP plan for Champag now is 2 Houndmasters, Abomination, and Man-at-Arms. If you're going for 2 Houndmasters, then maybe you're going for like some kind of dodge strat with the guard. I have seen 2 Houndmaster strategy work really well against Fnatic when I was doing some research and videos. But I feel like by himself, the Houndmaster doesn't have that much damage on his own. Let's see if we can hit a Virtue here. Oh, I'll settle for a good quirk. Warren's Adventure. Wow, this guy really loves the Warrens. No, High Man is stress heal, self heal, and with dog treats to destroy mark. I guess that makes sense. If you save 2 stacks of dog streets. that's kind of funny to me. Oh, Houndmaster. Yeah. It's the same. Yeah, of course. I use Houndmaster to denote Highwayman. I don't know why I. So you're not using Highwayman. You're using Houndmaster. Okay. I guess I could see that working too with marks and the dog treats. And I guess they all have self-heal, so that makes the healing a little bit easier. The thing is, I just hate to use Houndmaster's self-heal because then I miss out on damage. But whatever works, works. Until you almost lost one of the runs, that makes sense. My thought of riposte is that it finishes the fight quicker. Like if Highwayman can crit riposte, that's like 2 turns of regular attacking. Um, yeah, I know. Against some bosses, I just love the riposte. Even against Brigand Pounder, I take the Highwayman a lot so that he can get free actions against the summons that the Brigand Pounder does. All right, let's actually do this last fight here. Let's see what we get. I hate riposte now. Yeah, that's just the difference between our playstyles. On my last all bosses torchless run I did, I had like 4 or 5 highwaymen. Of course, that was not deathless. I did have like 10 deaths on that campaign, so to be fair, that was not deathless. Maybe your strategy is actually better for deathless. I still took highwayman against the Baron in my campaign, and he did do really well there. And actually, I killed the Baron with highwayman without him popping into the eggs once. Like he came out of the eggs, and then he never went back into the egg. I just like killed him, and that's like the first time that's happened to me. Oh, nice double crit there. I kind of want to kill this pig. I did 11 Barons in 1 week. Holy crap. I gotta say, the Crimson Court really, like, wears down my mentality. It's like such a long slog getting to the boss. I would hate to do that, like, back-to-back 11 times. That just sounds like torture. Okay, I gotta focus on my play here. Don't wanna die because I'm talking here. Okay. All right, we should be safe now. Over the course of 4 months, okay, that makes a little more sense. I'm kind of doing a back-to-back run. I took like after I did my last torchless all bosses run, I took like a 3-day break, and then I saw you were doing. I saw like you made a post on Reddit or something to do a Deathless run, and I was really impressed because you had not done like a full Bloodmoon torchless run before, and you were already doing Deathless. So I figured if you could do it, then I should have no excuse, right? So far I did Crimson Court boss in 1 week each, 11 Barons, 3 or 4 Viscount, and 1 Countess. Yeah, that's a lot of Crimson Court there. In 1 week each, every time is really good. It's definitely ideal. I've only ever had to dip out of the Crimson Court if I had someone die, which is not an option in these runs anyway, so there's probably no scenario where I would dip out of the Crimson Court without losing the challenge. Yeah, I learned how to fight CZ boss for the first time this challenge. So, what is your Crimson Court team? I used to take Hellion every time in the front line. Now I always take, like, I think my team has always been, for the last campaigns I've done, Highwayman in rank 4, Vestal rank 3, Houndmaster in rank 2, and then Shieldbreaker in rank 1. So Highwayman always reposes his way in front of Houndmaster slowly, and then he can get some stress heals off towards the end of the fight. So I've always loved that team, and it hasn't really given any issues. Plague Doctor, Houndmaster, Occultist, Shieldbreaker. Okay. For Countess Man-Arms instead of Houndmaster. So against the Countess, you take Plague Doctor, Man-at-Arms, Occultist, and Shieldbreaker. Interesting. I've always taken the Shuffle's advice to do 1 damage dealer, which would be Shieldbreaker in my last few runs, and then just constantly guard her with Man-at-Arms to prevent the eggs from landing on her. And then everyone else, Vestal just heals. I have a Jester to do the buffs, and then Finale. But I'm curious how that team would perform. Okay, So I actually got a secret room here. Unfortunately, I don't have keys anymore. So maybe I push on for some keys. I do want crests to start building towards the districts. Portraits, the house of the Crimson Hand or Yellow Hand or whatever is a long way off. Let's see if I can poke around for some keys or uh,
Glittering
what do you
gold,
call it?
trinkets and wall
Holy waters.
paid for in blood.
I can pitch the antivenoms for now. If I run into some trouble, I'll just dip. Rookie mistake not have key into the last room scout. Yeah. That's happened to me twice so far. I think it happened to me yesterday too. I probably just okay, check to see what this is and then go down here. Actually, I'm pretty healthy. I don't have any bandages or anything, but I should be good to take on this last battle here. I got suppressing fire. Okay. Man-at-arms stays in position 3 and spams bellow or the accuracy buff, and I need he guards, and when one enemy is alive, he moves to position 2 with stun, and the cultist focuses on recovery. I went blind into a countess with that part. Oh, you went in blind with the countess. Wow, that's really ballsy. PD, man-at-arms, cultist, shieldbreaker, and 1 weaker. So there's no stress healing on the team, but I guess there are plenty of stress healing curios in the Wield, or in the Crimson Court. So I guess that's fair. Probably can't one-shot this guy, but yeah, let's go for him. I guess we want to prioritize not dying, then nah. Because if he hits me for a big crit, and then he somehow goes first next turn, no. I'm good. Countess is way too much stress healing?
Grievous injury.
What do you mean by that?
Fear.
I lost that run to Torchless, Bloodsuckers, and a champ mission, because I was afraid of the Countess mission. I lost that run to Torchless Bloodsuckers, okay, because you were afraid of starting the Countess. I see. Yeah, that makes sense. I seem to always get into high infestation before actually starting those dungeons in the Crimson Court. This time I was in high infestation for like 20 weeks. Literally, I started the Crimson Court very early in week 10 because the Salacious Diary was an offering, and of course I love Vestal, so I had to take her to get the diary. And then that means I was in high infestation for like 20 weeks before I was ready to take on the Countess. Which is actually part of the strategy because I wanted to get enough infected heroes to spawn the Fanatic. Champion Chevalier, yeah. Chevaliers are really nasty. I noticed in my last Baron mission that there were actually more fights. There were 3 fights that had 3 Chevaliers. That was like more than I remembered, and it really sticks out in your mind more so when you're doing a Deathless run, because I'm just like, oh god, that's just a really nasty thing to do to someone, especially right after the Croc fight. There's like a 3 Chevalier fight. I killed the Fanatic. Yeah, I plan to kill the Fanatic on Veteran. I almost forgot. I didn't kill him since like 3 months ago. I almost forgot how he works. I would say he's like the nastiest boss fight of the entire game, in my opinion. Because someone's almost guaranteed to come off the pyre, and he, just like the hag, he has like 3 abilities every turn that are really nasty. He was definitely the most, like the boss I was most nervous about. Had to run away from him 4 times, yeah. For me, it's always like whenever I want to spawn him, I can't. Because it's only a 50% chance if you only have 2 infected heroes. You have to have 4 infected heroes in high infestation to actually get a 75% chance to spawn him, which I actually was able to do on my first attempt. Now I'm just having a hard time spawning Thing from the Stars. I've already tried to hunt them twice without any luck and just kind of wasted my weeks on suboptimal dungeons. Okay, well there's my key and there's my holy water, so I can circle back to get the the quirk healing curio and then hit up the secret room. So that means I don't need any of these other things. Well, hold on. Keep, 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 keep. I guess I could pitch 1,000 gold. Just drop 2k gold if you plan on looting secret room. Yeah. Okay, we do have to deal with this, though. We have more than enough food, so 100 check here. Gonna be safe. I don't expect to hit 2 hunger checks. I will take off suppressing fire for a hallway battle. Okay, corpse eater. Let's be a little bit careful here. Yeah, either way it's 3 item slots. Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's start off by stunning you, and then we can... What's your team for Fnatic? Like, your opinion, the best one? Definitely want a Highwayman, or, like, Riposte again I think, is crucial for finishing that fight as fast as possible, because he takes multiple actions every turn that a lot of them hit the whole team. And this time, my successful team that I took against him was, I believe, a Vestal, Shieldbreaker, a Hellion, and a Man-at-Arms. They were all infected, and then I was able to get the Hellion bloodlusted. She crit if it bleeds for like, or yeah, she crit her bleed attacks for like 40 damage, like twice in a row. So I was very lucky there. I did use preemptively 3 scales to try to prevent them from hitting Death's Door coming off the stake, but obviously that didn't work in hindsight. And then I was actually able to finish that fight without Shieldbreaker. Shieldbreaker got put on the stake, and then I was able to finish that fight before she hit Death's Door, just barely. And the Man-at-Arms Riposte really comes in handy there. I wouldn't bother with Bolster if you're doing Man-at-Arms in that fight, because Guard, the other abilities are just much better, like Crush, Guard, Riposte, and then Stun. To try to get back into position. Did you hit any Death's Door? Not against the Fnatic fight. That fight actually went quite smoothly, all things considered. And as far as the run overall, I wasn't keeping track of my Death's Doors. I was just rewatching some of my past videos. I did hit 2 Death's Doors check on my first video, which was like the first 10 weeks in. And I don't recall ever hitting a Death's Door check after that. I definitely could have in the earlier weeks. So I know I have at least 2 Death's Door checks. Let's see, Infirm, Thick, Thin Blooded. These are good candidates to remove since they're locked in. Okay, yeah, it's definitely one of these. Alright, thanks for tuning in, Ash. Thanks for the raid. Have a good night and good luck on your run. I'll be tuning in next time as well. There's our last hunger check. Okay, perfect. 3 spaces for the 3 tetrahedrons or trapezoids, whatever you call them. Puzzling trapezohedron. Okay. Give me the loot. This is a hugely stacked inventory for a Warren's Boss dungeon. Usually these Warren's dungeons are the ones where you get the least amount of loot, because you find the boss in like a couple steps, and you kind of just want to dip out afterwards. Let's see. This keep. Yeah. Alright, we out. 24k gold, very nice. Tetanus, syphilis, I have time to remove these. Not too worried.
The poor caretaker. I fear his long-standing duties here have affected him.
Okay, so we can sell, I think that thing, what did we just get? The Legends Collar? I think that Martyr Seal is strictly better. 10% death blow versus 12, 20 dodge and 20 damage of... Okay, this is... I don't like this. I've never used it. I'm just trying to think extra hard here about everything before I sell them. 258 gold, looking very nice. I still want to get that up to 300k ideally, and usually I'm set for the rest of the dungeon. I don't need to take any more antiquarians after that. Okay, so I could get the... Do I have any long dungeons? No. I could go for a short dungeon with Think from the Stars again. What team do I have for Think from the Stars? So it's always going to be her, always going to be her. And then I could do something like this. Who do we have in the Stagecoach? That's level 2. Another Vestal. Clotter, good. Evasive, good. As opposed to the Yips. Okay, so she's strictly better all around. And then this Jester is Eldritch Hater. Pretty good. We have a district here. Okay. Well, if I want to afford the last blacksmith upgrade, then we can't go for... Yeah, I kind of want to do that. If I do armor smithing here and just get that out of the way... And I still have 212 crests, which is enough for the puppet theater, but again, let's try not to do that. Okay, definitely need a level 6 shield breaker for a mercenary here. Irrepressible early riser. I'm never gonna take any of these guys anyway. I never use Plague Doctor for in my strategy against the Endless Harvest. Never take a leper. Houndmaster is used in some comps that I've tried. We have a Hellion already. Slugger, Spiritual, Early Riser, Hot to Trot, Balance. Okay. So let's think about our options here. I can either go for an Apprentice Think from the Stars. I could go for the Hag, like I was talking about, since I just healed off those quirks on my Highwayman. What would the Hag fight look like here? Definitely the Highwayman. Zoophobia, Tough, Eagle Eye. Looks good. Could do a Houndmaster or definitely a Shield Breaker. Wheeled Explorer, Wheeled Scrounger, Tough, Precise Striker. It's a very good Shield Breaker. And then maybe a Man-at-Arms, I was thinking. Wheel Adventurer, Night Owl. Okay, so this comp gives me 2 riposte abilities versus the Hag, and then some guard and some heal. The alternative would be something like Houndmaster, who has his own healing, and he also will provide some guard. Let me see what this team would look like. I'd probably go Salacious Diary on her. The map. Definitely the Dark Bracer on him. Probably the Surgical Gloves, because I want to maximize his dodge. I don't want to really reduce his dodge. For her, there's no more Nightmares for Veteran levels, so I don't care about the extra stress from Crescendo Box. But I kind of would like that more on Highwayman. Man-at-Arms would be doing what? Maybe preventing Death's Door as much as possible? Probably not, but let's see. Do something like this. I only have 27 shards. Is there a world where I prolong this boss until I can get better Crimson Court items or farmstead items? I tend to like Mirror Shield on Man-at-Arms actually. Alternative would be taking Grave Robber. I think Grave Robber would be really good against the Hag here. Actually, so if we have Grave Robber with higher speed than Highwayman, if we put the Crescendo Box in her, she jumps forward. Highwayman jumps forward. She can lunge again. And then she goes forward. She can... Well, the thing is, if she is in position 2 or 1, she can only use Thrown Dagger, which is not good. And... This is hard to say. Man-at-Arms or Grave Robber? And do I even want to attempt this boss right now? This could be the end of the run if I attempt that boss. I only have 3 scales. I have 4 scales, so actually should be pretty safe. Then again, it is an opportunity for a thing from the stars. Alright, before we forget, let's swap out this Vestal. This crappy Vestal for the better one.
Shoulders, wild eyes,
and is there anyone I would replace with Jester? Who would be better against Thing from the Stars? This Quick Reflex is a Cultist or a Eldritch Hater Jester? Finale, I mean, he has the fast bleed. What would the Cultist be doing in that fight? Sacrificial Stab on the Crystal? Debuffing the thing's damage, I guess? And healing if needed? It's hard to say. I think I'm leaning more towards the occultist for that fight. Well, the occultist, no, because the occultist is being pushed to rank 3. He can't use the stun in rank 3. Do I have any trinkets to slow his speed so he can possibly use the cheese strat? No, I don't. Nothing could lower his speed slow enough to stun the Thing from the Stars on the last turn of the round. Courtyard. Could I start doing Endless Harvest? I don't have a Highwayman. I do have... Yeah, I need a Highwayman for Endless Harvest. Alright, let's start by stress healing here. Syphilis, Spotted Fever. Let's get rid of Spotted Fever on this Houndmaster. What other quirks do I need to remove? Nothing really stands out now as far as removing quirks. Do want to get rid of Compulsive on Man-at-Arms before I take him into the champion level dungeons, but that's a long way away. Zoophobia should go for sure, but I might take her into the Hag. Tone Deaf. Paranormania. Bloodthirsty. Focused more on removing quirks that affect my survivability. Think this is going to be good. Treatment library. Hold on a second. Can I buy experienced recruits? Do I care that much about level 3 heroes is the thing. I think I actually want level 2 heroes more than level 3 heroes. So let's reduce the... No, I'm not that worried about gold either, though. Let's just do this. You know, I'll be removing quirks every week, so fine. Let's do that. Okay. So, in my opinion, it's really between the Hag and Thing from the Stars this week. What are the pros and cons of each? This would be my 3rd attempt to actually try to spawn Thing from the Stars. If I delay the Hag, What are the districts like? Are there any districts that help me versus the hag? Oh yeah, I was talking about training ring. Training ring would really help against the hag if I took a man at arms. And yeah, okay. Maybe we save the hag for when we get 100 more crests. So let's think about Thing from the Stars here. So actually, with this comp, probably want to start a cultist in rank 1. So that Grave Robber is definitely going first. Let's put Crescendo Box on her. And it's between Surgical Gloves and Dark Bracer. Vestal should always take the map. There's no camping in this short dungeon, so we'll just take the diary and the map. 33% max HP. Probably gonna want the focus ring and get a dark bracer maybe. Take the moon cloak on him and the demon's cauldron. So he has 23 health. Shieldbreaker is a little bit beefier. Let's get their skills in order. Want this and this and this and this. Don't need to worry about camping. So what are these turns against Thing from the Stars going to look like? I'm going to open the turn. When I meet Thing from the Stars, I'm going to open with Lunge before he has any protection up. So I'm going to lunge here. And then Shieldbreaker can go forward 1. And then I have the option of just hitting Pick to the face on the Grave Robber here. And what is a Cultist doing every turn? He could debuff the... Yeah, he could be debuffing the damage to prevent dying and healing if needed. And also hitting the crystal with Sacrificial Stab. I think 2 damage dealers should be enough, right? So, do I take Surgical Gloves on anyone? She does not have any accuracy right now. Let's see how much dodge Thing from the Stars has in the Apprentice. Thing from the Stars. Thing from the Stars has 5 dodge at Apprentice, so that's nothing, right? What does this buff give him? 80% prot, 6 speed, 40% damage, 13% crit when below 45 HP. Okay, but no dodge. So maybe I can leave off accuracy for the time being. Does that mean I can actually... Yeah, maybe I go with this. Maybe I just maximize dodge. Let's not give any dodge debuffs from the focus rings. Eldritch Slayer ring is actually arguable too, because this is the Cove, which everything is Eldritch, and so is Thing from the Stars. But again, that does give negative dodge also. Crit versus... Yeah, let's take the plus crit over the 25% damage. Okay, so I think we should be pretty good here. I'll take the poison darts. Let's take these. I don't need to worry about camping. Don't care about puncture, so it's going to be Adder's Kiss. Am I ever taking Captivate over Impale? The thing with Impale is it lets me do some chip damage against the crystal too. Let's see how this looks. Okay, so she jumps ahead. She has 11 speed versus 8. Oh, but she has quick draw. Ooh. Now that's a little bit interesting. If Shieldbreaker has quick draw, she is always going first. So she's going to open with Adder's Kiss at the beginning. Okay, so she goes Adder's Kiss. The Occultist stuns. Grave Robber jumps in front. Okay, that makes some sense. Anything else I want to consider taking? Nope. Martyr Seal versus Mooncloak. Martyr Seal versus the map. Nah. Take all the bandages, all the antivenoms, all the herbs, 2 keys, all the holy waters, a couple of those. There could be some horror coming in from the crystal if I let that go off. Let me take 4. Maybe it pops on the whole team. Blood Pact, 4 speed, 25% damage, minus 10 HP is really not going to be worth it. We have no protection on either of these guys, but good amount of dodge. Alright, let's go for it. Ooh, kind of nervous. I think either this is most likely to take a hero down or the Hag. Well, I'm more worried about Hag than Thing from the Stars, but this guy can crit for like 1,000,000 damage. But we don't get any scouting either, and I have to do 100% of room battles. Let's see how much damage Thing from the Stars does on the crit. Vorpal Strike is the one I'm worried about. That can do 9 damage, so a crit on Vorpal Blade would do 1.5 times 9 is 13.5, and then plus the increased damage from stress. So Vorpal Blade can do about 20 damage. It's not going to instantly crit anyone to death's door or anything. Let's take the map off here. Why is this here? Okay, let's make sure we get Hands from the Abyss. Okay. I think there is more argument to be made for Captivate over Impale versus Thing of the Stars specifically. Okay, that's where we take the herbs. Let's get that nasty debuff off her. Okay, Thing for the... Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, we got shuffled. We got shuffled. I can move in front here. Oh god, okay. Let me take a moment here. Be careful what you wish for. As soon as I complain about not running into Thing from the Stars, he's the very first hallway. Unscouted hallway too, I should say. So we kind of brought the map for nothing. So I definitely want to move the Shieldbreaker forward. I'm leaving her in front of... Let's pop the Holy Water. Moving in front of Shieldbreaker allows her to enable Lunge to get in front of the Vestal. What is the benefit of moving... There is no benefit to moving her. Or him, I should say. Well, who's going first? Grave Arbor is definitely jumping in front of Vestal before she takes a turn. Let's do this. Okay. Small chance of stun. So next turn, what is my turn next turn? It's going to be, Grave Arbor is going to be going first for sure. If Grave Arbor goes first, then she's probably going to want to Shadow Fade, which would leave her at rank 1 again. But then she could jump in front. What's the benefit of me moving 1 back? One benefit could be putting a Cultist, moving a Cultist the turn after. It's a 35% chance to stun. Let's do this. Okay, 9 damage. He has... Okay. He doesn't have the protection just yet. How far can he move? I can't even see how far a cultist can move. Hold on, let's see. Can he move 2 steps up? I've never had to look up how far. Okay, he moves 2 forward and 2 backward. So if I Shadow Fade, then a cultist could move forward 2 and start using Sacrificial Stab on these crystals. If I just keep her here, then he moves forward 2 and Shieldbreaker jumps in front. Oh, getting some lag here. Okay, let's do this. Minus speed for... The minus speed is actually not bad on him, I'd say, right now. I can wait a turn to clear that. She can go ahead and use... Okay, this is kind of problematic. I have to take care of the crystal, but Vestal can do 6 to 11, and the damage mod on this is negative 25. So let me break out the calculator again. 0.75 times 6 is 4.5. Times 8 would be 6. Wait, 0.75 times... If she were to hit 8 damage, she'd roll a 6. Okay. So I just have to get... Oh. I really want to start putting Adder's Kiss on this guy before he takes his turns, so I'm going to do that. It's massive. Okay. Good, 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 good. That's huge. Okay. That could have prevented us from losing the run. Okay, so he crits for 15 damage. Gotta remember that. That's a lot of stress. Okay. That's an affliction. If I want to escape from this fight, I have to escape before anyone is at death's door, because if they escape at death's door, then... Oh, this is really nasty. $47. Okay, that's huge. That's huge, huge, huge. 7 to 14. I'm gonna play it safe. We're gonna kill the crystal here. He has 3 turns to take. Okay. Because I think I can definitely kill him on his next turn. I can only kill him this turn if I get a crit. Because both these guys have armor piercing moves, that's why I brought them to begin with. So let's focus on killing the crystal. And now I want to think about whether I want to... Should I go for a stun or equip scales? If I heal myself, then she can take 2 Vorpal Blades as long as they're not crits. But if I heal everybody, then heals for 3, about 4 to 5. Vorpal Blade does 15 damage. Okay, let's work backwards here. I can calculate how much Vorpal Blade does without a crit if I do, let's see. So 1.5... I gotta remember my algebra here. 1.5 times his max damage is equal to 15 damage, so divide 15 by... Okay, so he does 10 damage maximum on the non-crit Vorpal Blade. So if I heal everyone, they can take 2 Vorpal Blades as long as they're not crits. Oh god. I was wrong. Okay. I think we're fine though. How did I calculate that wrong? Let's see. Pick to the face. Let's pop another potion. Okay. It's not quite dying yet.
The walls close in.
What are the odds that I can't kill him here? Maybe I go for the stun, actually. Is safer. Phase, no. Okay. This should kill, right? 6 to 11? Not necessarily. What if I pop the medicinal herbs? 7 to 14? Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, big sigh of relief. Okay. That was getting dicey there. Because if she hit death's door and then I had to retreat, then she would take massive stress and probably get a heart attack and die. Now I have to consider whether it's worth even trying to finish this dungeon. How stupid would it be to try to finish this dungeon with a cultist at 140 stress here and 2 afflictions? What's the benefit versus the cons? Fearful, paranoid. I think I'm going to try going for... Let's see what happens here. I should be okay. I could get surprised, I guess. That would be really bad if I got surprised. If I take Demon's Pull and I get surprised and he gets shuffled to the back, then I can potentially pull one of the witchy fishes to the front, prevent the stress stack from going off. That might be better than Abyssal Artillery, maybe. I think I would rather want Impale in this fight. Well, I could get shuffled again. That would be really bad, so let's go for these skills. Alright, I'm going to go for it. Okay. In this scenario, the thing is he might refuse to take an action, which would be really bad. I'm going to go ahead and shield myself in case of point blank shot. We'll pull this guy to the front so that disables both point blank shot and his cleave ability. We can afford to Shadow Fade here. Okay, good dodge. Okay, that's good. We can try to go for a stun on him now. Good, good, good. And if this Kiro gives me some stress heal on the occultist, then I might be set. If I kill, oh, okay. If I didn't crit that guy, it's kind of bad I crit that guy because now he can point blank again. But if I can kill this guy, then I have no more danger of dying, even if he point blanks. Okay, it's good that I got those dodges in. Okay. Oh, that should be a nice. Very nice. Okay. It's looking a little bit better now. So I don't need to law them anymore. There's no enemies that afflict Horror and Apprentice. I only took that for Thing from the Stars. I do need the crests. So I don't need the anti-venoms anymore for sure. I mean, I could heal off some minor damage or minor stress or health from the pools, the tide pools, but the odds of that are very low. course, I could run into supplicants. Let's get some stress heal. Okay, good. 30 stress heal on him is huge. Should have a good chance of finishing the dungeon here, so I'm going to use Vestal from now on to open Curios, since I don't care if she gets yelled at, she's already a virtued. Oh, some lag here. Okay. It's 95. I would rather the Shieldbreaker disarm here, because she's the closest to afflicting next. I think that would be... The odds of that being bad for me are more likely than the odds of these guys taking a heart attack. But now I'll probably use one of them, though. I can guarantee a disarm on her. Get some stress heal there. Let's go and open this up with the Vestal. 2 blood. Do want 2 blood. We have quite a bit of food now also. This is a scouted battle, so I don't need Demon's Pull necessarily. But I think it's still a better option than Weakening Curse, to be honest. I might prefer Weakening Curse in a veteran dungeon, but not here. I don't need to take Puncture for this either. Okay. The question is to focus the... Do I care more about stress or damage? I think I'm more worried about the damage from these groupers. Let's actually impale here, and I should be able to take one of these guys out with... Let's take the front guy out. And then I can stun this... No. Who has... this guy has lower stun chance. Or I could just go for... No, I can't kill that thing unless I get a crit. Let's hope she just buffs one of these guys. Okay, that's really good for me. Don't want to be taking any stress here. Good. That's dead. Theoretically, this could be the last battle. Good. Okay, it's dead. We can Serpent Sway to get some speed buffs here. No scouting. Oof. It's pretty rough. Oh, good. Love to see that. Like, wasn't I just saying this could be the last room? So let's actually still take a peek at what's in this hallway here. Is there anything I don't need at this point? There shouldn't be any curios with... If there are no hallway room battles, then there will be no more curio rooms that I need holy water for. So I'll just eat that on the cultist. We can take the map off her for now. Let's take some skills that might be necessary if we get shuffled. I'm going to play it super safe now. We'll take Mace Basher if she gets shuffled to the front. Take Puncture, it's the only use Shieldbreaker can use from the back. Okay, 4 groupers off the bat. Hope I don't end up regretting this. Okay, I'm going to go for a kill on one of the frontline groupers. Then we'll stun one of the backline groupers. Let's actually move 2 forward here. Okay. We should be relatively safe. Okay, well, if he lives, then let's just try to heal everyone up.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Question is here, do I pull him? Yeah, that would make sense.
Press this advantage.
Okay,
Give them no
so I know there are no room battles, and that should be the last hallway battle, generally. So I'm just going to see what I scout in this next... Oh wait, Fearful and Paranoia, so they're not going to steal any curios. And I know that there are only hallway battles from here on out. How do I not get scouting? Should I just not be greedy here? Yeah, I think I'd be stupid to try to... Well, let's see if there's something here.
another mariner.
I mean, there's only one tile here. What are the odds this battle spawns in this one tile that I can't handle? Okay, see? So now we can get some scouting in this guaranteed empty room. Ooh. Can take a peek at... Again, the argument is one tile. Okay, good. Guaranteed safe room. Let's see if we can get some scouting finally. And we do. Okay, so there's a couple curios here and one battle left. And I have room for one hunger check. So from here I can take thing... Yeah, let's just use him to take everything now.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles.
Don't care.
More in blood.
Don't need the shovel. Okay, that's our last hunger check. I can still survive a hunger check without anyone hitting a heart attack. So I'll still push onto that last room for the chest there. Which means let's keep Stress Lord on her. Okay, so there's one battle that I probably don't want to... I probably don't want to push my luck on. It is scouted, though. It is scouted.
Treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
I think maybe I'll still try to go for it. What do I care about here? The 2 food. If I hit Death's Door on this battle, then maybe the food can get me off Death's Door. Oh, no, there's no... No, that's not gonna happen. If I go into that battle, there's not gonna be a hunger check. Could be a hunger check here. Nope. Okay. Let's actually try to go for this fight here. I'll take our regular skills back. If it's a shambler, then I still should be able to retreat without getting a heart attack. This is kind of stupid. I will say this is kind of stupid, but there's a chest right there. And I can always retreat first thing. Okay. It's good that we got the surprise off. Definitely gonna smoke this guy. Gonna kill this. Okay, good. Oh, come on, laggy.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Okay, you do you.
A decisive pummeling.
Cool. Let's get rid of the bandages. This is worth more than the Ankhs. Okay, took a bit of a risk in all these hallways, but it ended up paying off.
A handsome reward.
It is a handsome reward. So 375. This is worth the same amount, right? Okay. All right. Very happy to have taken down Thing from the Stars. This is a huge relief. And I almost didn't make it there. It's definitely keeping me on my toes here. She does get Prismatic Isolation, but Nocturnal is horrible. Diurnal is horrible. But these are level 2 guys. Don't really care that much. The Fanatic is back, but I am not going to run into him again for sure. There's no scenario where I'm going to be entering a dungeon with 2 cursed heroes at this point. What did I get from that run? The Bloody Dice? Okay, I can sell that. Sell the Bleed Stone. Sell the Blight Stone. We did get the Leper Mask again, which I sold previously in my run. Should I consider keeping it? No. Minus 30% healing received. Most of the time, I'm probably just going to put a focus ring and a surgical gloves on him. So I'm giving up 5 accuracy for 3 speed. Let's sell this. Let's not even tempt ourselves to take a suboptimal trinket here. Any long quests? Let's take a look at the mercenary offerings here. Still no highwayman, unfortunately. Resilient. Tough. Lycophobia. Bad healer? Nah.
Slumped shoulders, wild eyes.
Don't need her. So there are some teams I've used in the farmstead that's like Houndmaster, Man-at-Arms, Occultist, and Antiquarian. I don't know that I have all the dodge trinkets I need for that team though. So I'm still going to be looking for a Highwayman to fill out my preferred team, which is going to be Vestal, Jester, Houndmaster, Vestal, Jester, Highwayman, and Shieldbreaker. But I'm missing a Vestal too. Who's on the stagecoach? All level 0s. Fragile, Light Sensitive, Gothic, Nocturnal, Hot to Trot, Ruins, Tactician, Second Wind. Okay. Don't need any of you guys. The Fits. Syphilis, Tetanus. Okay. Let's keep all of you guys, I guess, for now. He can only go here. She can only go here. Guess I could do this and this, though. Do I want to heal these off now or try to get a camp to heal those off? How bad are these? Tetanus, Syphilis. That's negative 10 accuracy altogether, and the minus HP does kind of screw me over too. I said I wanted to wait until I get the training ring before I go into kill the hag, so I'll wait on that. We could go for the flesh, could just go for... Actually, I did say I want to get my gold up, but I don't have enough level 2 heroes to go on a apprentice quest with her. So let's think about doing one of the bosses here potentially. The training would be good against the flesh as well, but... Or I could go for the protective wards, which would give me a damage buff against the siren. Okay, so for the siren, I need to get this antiquarian to level 3. Eldritch Hater. Yeah, I do want to still abuse these the antiquarian strat against the siren, so the only boss I'm going to consider is doing the unstable flesh this week. Of course, the training ring would help against this fight too, but the thing is, I'm not as scared of the flesh as I am of the hag. I'm not that scared of the flesh. I know a lot of people are, but my comp has a lot of control. Perfectionist, Paranormal Halomania, Quick Reflexes, Eldritch Slayer. Okay, so it doesn't really matter which Plague Doctor I take. But I could just save him for the Cove stuff and the Ruins, and then just take this guy. Well, he also has Cove Explorer. Let's just take this really fast Plague Doctor. And then a Vestal, Syphilis. So what I could do is cure rabies with Plague Doctor and cure Syphilis with his own skill. I also have a Warren's Explorer Houndmaster here, but the Clotter is going to be really good against the two heads at the front. Alternative would be to take a Man-at-Arms. I like to take Man-at-Arms against this boss too. I think that's the safer and less greedy option. Yeah, that's definitely less greedy against the flesh. This is what I would be doing in a veteran dungeon, so I might as well do it now. And then probably just want to take a different Vestal, probably. Which means that this week I'm going to heal the disease off of either this Vestal or this Occultist. I mean, this guy has 2 diseases to heal off. The minus accuracy on Vestal is actually pretty bad. Okay, Situomania is actually really bad too. Maybe I just take that off him for now. Lock in Eldritch Hater. And then I can heal rabies off of that Vestal. Where is she? I think these decisions all make sense. Okay. So we take these against the flesh. Yeah. Again, gotta remember to prioritize crests and these dungeons from here on. Self-protection. Maybe I just unlock this, because Pep Talk is not doing anything. I don't need experimental vapors and I have a Vestal. I would take guard on Houndmaster, but I think he's most likely to die out of anyone, so I'll take Lick Wounds. Prioritize the party white buffs. Okay, so we got that filled up. This is filled up. We decided not to take experienced recruits. We don't need any of these guys. Yeah, I think this would be a good time to take on Unsable Flesh. I could use a third focus ring also. Wouldn't be bad. So as far as trinkets go, we'll take the scroll on her this time. Take the Blasphemous File and, let's say, Feather Crystal or Mooncloak. Mooncloak I think it would be too much stress. That'd be like 35% stress. Feather Crystal is pretty standard on Plague Doctor. Take our Focus Ring and Crescendo Box, and here I can take the heavy, heavy boots? Is there a world where Plague Doctor takes heavy boots actually? He already has like +4 speed from Corks alone. 2 speed, 2 speed. Why does it say only +1 from Cork here? Doesn't make sense. Oh, because it's considering -1 speed from Winded, even though he's not 50% HP. Never really made sense to me. Let's go for safer plays. And that means on him I can take Mooncloak. Take all the bandages, all the antivenoms, a stack of herbs. Actually, I don't think that the flesh inflicts any debuffs. Let me double check on that. Does the flesh have any debuffs I'm going to need herbs for? On a veteran level, it does not do any debuffs, so I don't need that many herbs. Let's just take a couple for food and for the damage curios. Let's take a full stack of scales in case anything goes wrong. Take some laudanums. 2 keys. Okay, so we got shovels, we got herbs, we got keys, we got laudanum. We don't need blood, don't need shard dust. These all look to be in order. Anything I want to sell? Unholy Slayer Ring. Am I ever going to use Unholy Slayer Ring ever? Maybe. Okay. This will probably be my last run until after dinner. Might be back after that. Probably back after that. But let's hope we get a successful run going here.
I could not store such a prodigious amount of offal, nor could I rid myself of it easily, possessed as it was by unnameable things from outer spheres. When excavation
I'm not going to take my chances. If someone gets below 50% HP, then there could be an argument to be made for equipping an Aegis scale. So, the boss can be over here, it looks like. If I go here, then I have more scouting options. Okay. Nice dodge. Some scouting, okay. I think I'd rather take this room battle. Because now in veteran dungeons, the hallway battles are more risky, because any of them could be Shambler. And this room actually gives me better scouting in these areas too. I did get a map. Okay, so I only have one battle here. And then I can camp here. And then take on the boss. I think I'll just save my holy waters. Very nice. Okay. Kind of annoying, not the end of the world. Gonna look to stun her with Vestal and then stun the Reaver with Man-at-Arms. Let's go ahead and just make sure she dies. Yeah, she's dead now. Nice crit. Okay. Knew there's a chance of that happening, but it wouldn't be the end of the world there. Let's go ahead and guard her. And avoid using any bandages and just prioritize those for the boss here. Nice crit. He has some reduced... no, he doesn't have reduced healing. Okay. Let's move you back, I guess. 95%. I have a 45% chance of stunning here. I'll go for it. Okay. Nice. Nice.
The ground quakes.
Just gonna stall a little bit here, so... Now, I don't know if I should just feast. Yeah, I'll just feast, get rid of this minor stress, and then clear up my inventory. So I'll probably do ambush prevention and then double buff from the Man-at-Arms. Get more dodge and damage. So 13%, 13%, 13%, 5% crit. So everyone got the extra crit from weapons practice, so that's really good. Let's go ahead and walk around all this. I shouldn't need the shovel either. There's only that one blockage in that room over there, so I can pitch the shovels to, let's see. Let's get rid of the shovel so I can put the map off of the Vestal. Take a little bit of less stress here. And she is... we'll just disarm it with the Houndmaster. Okay. Feeling pretty confident about this fight here, but I'm not going to get cocky. So we have all our skills in order here. These skills are all in order. Got Hound's Harry. Let me actually take off Hound's Rush for this fight and go for all the defensive options. And I don't need Retribution. I'll just take the Bolster. And we'll try to weave that in between guards or stuns. And I'll use the Holy Waters on the first round. Well, I have to think about this. I think if I pop the Holy Waters here, it's actually the same good as popping them at the beginning of their turns. I don't think they lose on any turns here. I'll have to test that theory. So right now it's for 3 rounds. We'll see if that changes. Okay, pop bar biscuits here. Nice damage. I'm going to start this round by blighting this backline, because I'm not too concerned about this guy. This one has lower blight resist right now. Okay, so this is still for 3 rounds, so I was right. It's better to pop the Holy Waters before you enter the room as opposed to at the beginning of your turn, in case these guys outspeed you. Good, double blight. I do definitely want to stun one of these guys, though. We have a 60% chance of stun. I should be able to. Good. And then we'll stun with her. Good. Looking really good so far. And I can double stun the back line next turn. Hopefully this doesn't stun me. Okay, good. Resisted. See? Now, okay. He does get to take his turn. He doesn't crit me though, so that's good. And I get to stun these scarier guys now. Again, just going to hit Hound's Harry. Now I will actually guard the Houndmaster because these guys target the first 2 ranks and they can hit both at the same time sometimes, but there shouldn't be any danger of me dying here. Now, depending on how this guy goes, yeah, so I'm actually going to stun this guy. They're not doing very much damage to Man-at-Arms here. Then again, this is more guaranteed. I'm not guaranteed to land a stun on these guys, so I'll just do this. Okay, not very threatening summons this turn. Let's make sure to keep our... Okay, so these have stun resist. I'm going to go ahead and blight them again. The Biscuit is active for 1 more turn here. Good crit. Okay, it's big damage. Gonna go ahead and stun the Heart. It has the lowest stun resist, so it's a guaranteed thing. And then I'm gonna go ahead and guard the Plague Doctor in this instance. Okay, gotta refresh our potions now. This guy still has stun resist, actually. But... Oh, I can't tell if they've taken their turns. Let me just stun them, I think. Good. Double stun again. Let's pop the biscuits. Oh, I didn't do the holy water here. Oops. I can afford to stun this thing with the low stun resist. Yeah, so guarding against something is so important that I never even have a chance to use Bolster, honestly. So they're kind of dead now. Sun resist, stun resist. I think... Did he take his turn yet? No. $15 health. That should be it. Good. Barely took any stress either. And everything's already scouted. Good. Let's get our skills back in order here. And yeah, let's just clean up this dungeon here. Don't mind if I do. I'm going to prioritize keeping their stress low, so if I don't have to put them in the sanitarium, that's more resources than I'd probably get from... Oh, oops, what did I just pass up? Oh, stack of books. Not having to put them into the sanitarium and use up a week is going to be more resources for me than getting more loot. I want that gold. I think we should be able to find more torches if we need it. I guess I will do that treasure battle here. So I can swap this onto you. Disarm this. See, there's another torch. Let's put this back on you in case there's a secret room or something. Top you guys off. Alright. Spiders. Fun. Very low threat now that we've scouted and surprised them, though. This is how these battles should go. Another torch. Definitely want the crests.
So too will resistance.
So probably don't need the jades. Guess I really don't need the holy water. It's my last key. Fine giving that up. A dodgy sheath. Okay. Maybe just pop all my food then. I would say even if I were to run to a Shambler's Altar with these battle bluffs, I probably wouldn't take that fight just because it would mean putting the whole team into the stress healing facility. The only trinket from the Shambler at this point would be the Tentacle Idol. Inventory is filling up here. Oh. Didn't do as much damage as I thought it would. Let's just kill this guy then.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Okay, this guy can actually start critting in Veteran. He can't in Apprentice. If I can crit this guy, then...
Their formation
Okay, that's fine still, yeah. He gets pushed into rank 1.
the offensive. As the fiend
Nice. Back to 1 bar stress.
blossoms.
Yeah, I think I'm done fighting, so I'll just clean up the curios, clean up the traps. I wish my memory was good enough to remember what these curios are. I think just torches. Cool, no backtracking stress. Yep, probably another torch here and then another torch here.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Stack of books. All these quirks I actually like. So maybe we push on to one more fight and see what these curios are. You know what, I'm actually going to want to do some stress sealing with Houndmaster here. Let's put him in rank 2 here. Probably don't need the double stun in the hallway battle a lot of the times. So he can just take this and this and this and this. Can't even use Battlefield Medicine, but whatever. Alright, this way we can do some stress healing if we need to. Okay, good surprise. Let me focus down this guy.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Oh, kind of out of practice of using Disoriented Blast. Forgot that I can actually stun this guy, so should have stunned this guy with Vestal. It's alright, worked out better this way. Nice.
Slowly.
This bonus battle actually heals some stress.
Our life
rather than causing stress. Oh, go away, lag. Nice. Nice. Almost dead. One more stress heal. Good. And then we can kill him off with... Okay, it's fine. Very nice loot. Okay, so... take that. We can start building up deeds for... Nah, let's just end it here, I guess. Anything? Well, 3 deeds over 300 gold. Yeah, alright. Very successful. What is this thing, actually? Move chance, move resist, and debuff. Okay. 3rd focus ring. 12 more crests for our training ring soon. Okay, this Houndmaster is actually level 5 now. Quick draw, replacing Eldritch Hater. Well, it's not what I wanted, but Manslayer versus Cove Explorer, that's fine. Getting Hot to Trot replaced with Precise Striker is not good. But, oh well.
There is a great horror beneath the manor.
Alright, so 2 more heroes to level 5, and then we can start getting ready for the wolf quest. I do want to make sure that quest is going to be available soon so that I don't end the campaign without it ever triggering, which has happened to me once, and that would be disastrous for our all bosses run. Let's get rid of Dodgy Sheath. We don't need the move amulet thing. Okay, almost hitting 300k gold. Slowly getting up there. Even these non-antiquarian quests are really progressing our gold. And we get a long quest in the... Okay, that's awesome. So I can take a long antiquarian quest here and then get our gold up to 300k. And that will mean I don't need any more antiquarian runs for the rest of the game. And she will hit level 3. I do need to get level 6 antiquarian for my quest goals, so she'll probably be the one I take. I will use her against the Siren as well. And... okay, so you are fine to take... Oh no, you're stuck in there. You're stuck in the Abbey. So is she. You're kidding me. You guys are both going to chill in the Abbey for the rest of the week? Lazy. Okay, we got a Vestal here. It's good. So we can toss out this guy, I guess, since we already have a level 6 man-at-arms if we need him. She is scattering. Fear of Mankind is... that is awful for the Endless Harvest, but let's wait on spending all that gold on removing a quirk from a level 6 guy. Could get another Hellas Hairpin. Well, if I can't take Antiquarian this week, I mean I could, it would just mean dismissing some of the other level 2 guys for some level 0 guys. I really want to avoid taking level 0 guys into a long dungeon though. I don't need to go on a long dungeon in the Warrens ever again either. This meter will be filled up in 2 medium dungeons, so what's the point? I could either... so the next contenders are taking on the Apprentice Necromancer or a long quest in the Weald. I do want to get some guys to level 5 ASAP as possible. So that means the Highwayman. I'd rather have the Highwayman against the Hag, though, I said. So I'd probably want to take a Hellion to the ruins for this next guy. Where's my ruins Plague Doctor? This guy. Oh, he's Unholy Slayer. Yeah, that's what I mean. Now if I take a Vestal, Cove Tactician. Where are my Vestals? Okay, this guy's almost level 5. If I do this quest, then I'll have 2 more level 5 guys. I'll have a Vestal, a Shield Breaker, a Houndmaster, and a Man-at-Arms. That'd be good enough to take on the Wolf. Yeah, I would be fine with that, so... Which one is better against Wolf? Which Vestal? Let me see. How much, let me see how much resolve she gets from a boss quest. I think it should be like 6. Yeah, 8 for Veteran. Demonomania, I think, is worse in the Ruins. But Beast Hater would be better. I think there are a couple beasts in the Wolf quest, which doesn't matter that much. Robust, healing while camping. Tough. Okay, tough is the real one here. Yeah, so we're going to do this for the Necromancer. Or I could just take the same team to the Weald. 8 crests. I do say I want to take advantage of the long quest as much as I can. But I also need to progress, kill the bosses while I still have level 3 and 4 guys. So let's do that. I think I've gone enough long quests already. Again, there's no chance of a nightmare. I've already taken care of the veteran nightmares, so just do this and this. Plague Doctor will take, yeah, these. She's going to go for the map, and I don't know if I want Salacious Diary or the scroll this time. I think it's going to be Salacious Diary. These guys don't have that much stress healing besides possibly Revel here. Let me start by getting their skills and levels up. Again, this doesn't do anything. This might do something though. I could keep her in rank 2, which will allow the Hellion to stay in rank 1 for like Bleed Out or Iron Swan. I want all of these abilities. Debatably not Bleed Out though. Probably not Bleed Out. Sure. As opposed to what a lot of people like to do and buff the damage dealers with Plague Doctor, I think Plague Doctor does on average more damage than the other guys. He's doing like 18 damage every attack. I want to... It'd be like, would you use Hellion to buff, to use a turn to buff Shieldbreaker or something? Just like, doesn't make sense to me. I think you're getting more consistent damage out of the Blight. These two have Encourage. I think that's enough. So we have Anti-Ambush. Got some of this stuff. Okay. Sandstorm doesn't matter. Definitely want to Expose in Veteran Dungeons. Okay. So if I do this, then we will be all set for a wolf fight. Tactician. Yeah, let's take care of the Necromancer while we still have level 3 guys. I've made my decision and we will stick to it. Is anyone in the... Oh, I almost left without putting one of these guys in here. Start healing off some of these diseases. I don't think I want to use any crests for this upgrade. This is strictly worse. What kind of quirks do I want to lock in? Or she should go in the sanitarium too, or the abbey. What am I doing? Okay. Sort by levels. I would love to have On Guard and get rid of Ascetic or Germaphobe, or even Clumsy. He's got a couple bad quirks. Lazy Eye, Enlightened. Kind of want to lock in Luminous. And Demonomania. He doesn't have any good quirks to lock in though. Tone Deaf. Bloodthirsty. Klepto. I don't care about Klepto at this point in the game when I have this much gold. Fear of Unholy. I don't plan on using this guy for anything in the ruins, I don't think. On Guard would be nice. She's already got quick reflexes. None of these quirks are really that bad. Risk Taker, Thanophobia, Tone Deaf, Thin Blooded. This is a Spot Lurker. None of these quirks are that bad to me as well. Winded, Deviant Taste, don't care about Faithless, Warrensphobe. This one might be a contender. If I'm taking him to the Warrens for the Manslayer quirk, then I don't want... I don't think he's good in the Wield because Intimidate marks himself, and that's terrible. And they have a lot of protection, so... Maybe I just prioritize taking care of locking in Manslayer and getting rid of Warrensphobe. And like Ash was saying, I could use the Leper against the Swine God. Pooh the Balloon, you can't get rid of a bad quirk without getting rid of the good ones. You can. You can just choose to get rid of bad quirk, but I'm just trying to be efficient. If I'm putting someone, I'm only putting one person in the sanitarium each week. So if I'm doing something, I want to lock in both a good quirk and get rid of a bad quirk. Otherwise, you could just do one or the other. Alright, everyone is taken care of now. We have 42 shards. I think I got some extra shards somewhere, maybe from Thing from the Stars. Not enough to get anything I want, though, except the Broken Key, I think, right? I've never used Broken Key, but I know that's like the best trinket that Abomination has, so I'll have to be wary of that. And then there's an argument for whether Crusader should be going here instead of the Hellion. Crusader has the damage buff against Unholy, which the Necromancer is. And he has Ruins Explorer. Yeah, I think this would make more sense in the Ruins. So if I'm doing Crusader there, then I'll put the Plague Doctor in the back. We'll give him a chance to, lunge forward ahead of Vestal. He's going to want the Accuracy Trinket, and he might actually take the Unholy... This might be the one situation I take Unholy Slayer Ring. He gets a lot of Unholy buff bonus damage here. And do I care about Dark Bracer, or is Crescendo Box strictly better? 15% damage. Damage is always better than crit. Speed is better than dodge. 8 speed. Let me check how much speed the Bone Cartesians have. If the Crescendo Box will allow to outspeed them, then I might use that. In Veteran, they have 9 speed, so I think I'm going to go for the Crescendo Box here. That gives her a decent chance at outspeeding them. Pooh the Balloon, it is partly managing funds in the earlier weeks. I don't care that much about funds at the moment, because I have a lot in the bank, so it's mostly about utilizing the Sanitarium efficiently, because there's only one slot there. If I'm taking Crusader, then as Answers of Souls can be better here. This can be swapped onto the Crusader for massive stress healing. Let's get the Crusader's skills in order. This is all fine. I'm not going to use any of those other skills. Okay. I said that the flesh would be the last one. I'm actually going to push on to one more. While everyone's still here. Let's see. Alrighty, champion necromancer time. And after that, I will be able to take on the prophet, which I have a leper ready for and an occultist, so, and the arbalist, and a plague doctor. Yeah, he is still going to be level 4 by the time I'm done with this, so that'll be perfect. And we're going to get some crest from this reward, so... Take 4 of those. 3 key. This is a medium, okay. I usually like to take 4 laudanums on medium, veteran dungeons at least. And I was telling Ash, the veteran necromancer, or even the champion, he does not afflict bleed. I don't actually need holy waters in that boss fight. This will only be for Curios and the Shambler, if I run into him. Anything I want to sell? Should be good. Let's do it.
I entertained a delegation of experts from overseas, eager to plumb the depths of their knowledge and share with them certain techniques and alchemical
This will be our 3rd veteran boss of the campaign.
Having learned all I could from my visiting guests,
I'm still very worried about Hag, so I am trying to prioritize getting as much crest as possible so we get the district buff for that fight. Will help a lot. Okay, not the greatest map. We do get good scouting here though. Let me see if I get a damage buff curio here. No. I guess I'll just grab it while I'm here. And then we'll take the map off for this backtracking. Help her see. She took 10 stress. She would have taken like 13 stress otherwise. We'll leave the map off while we're walking. 75, 65, 65, 75. Let's put the map back on. Good. Okay, well that's not good. Got some fights coming up. What are the odds that 90? Okay, good. Okay, this is why I take the laudanums. 8 speed. I think I have a high chance of killing her before she can land the stress attack off if I do this. But... So, Crusader's gonna lance the Unholy guy. Vessel's gonna try to stun the Unholy guy. I think it's fine if I take a hit of stress here. Okay. Eldritch push. Okay. That's fine. It just means that Vestal will have to take a turn moving backward. Unfortunately, he did stun my Crusader. He's actually not dead. It's kind of unfortunate.
slowly, gently. This
Wow.
is life is taken.
Okay. I really have to kind of stress heal on him now. I could lance. Let's lance for now. There is a world where he gets crit bled to that store. There's a good chance I just kill him outright here, so that would prevent me from able to do any stress healing though. How likely is it for Crusader to go before Vestal? There is some chance of that happening. Yeah, I think I just have to take the kill here. That was a very unfortunate double crit on this guy. So I really have to prioritize some stress healing now. Argument could be made for just backtracking and camping, but I really don't want to do that. I could put the map on him to, or sorry, the Ancestor Scroll to get some extra healing on him, extra stress heals. But I think that might push him over the threshold for afflicting if he gets a stress attack too, because of the added stress. Maybe we pop a holy water on him? Nah. Okay, definitely want to double stun the backline in this instance. Let's go for the armor pen damage on him. She's really good against these guys who are otherwise really hard to kill. Okay. Gonna see if I can kill the witch with Crusader here. Or let's see, 7 to 13 versus 9 to 17. Maybe I just stress heal here to guarantee that he doesn't afflict. Double stun. Okay. Means I can kill off this thing. More stress heal. Good. This allows me to stall for a few more turns here. Okay. I need to look to kill him soon now. Yeah, I'm just going to finish him off here. But we did get our Crusaders stressed down by a lot. Okay, we got a secret room. I may want to just heal off everyone's stress here by camping. Because what battle buffs do I really get? Nothing really. Just the armor pen and snake eyes. Or snake eyes and then snake skin. Otherwise, there's not really any battle buffs that are going to help against the Necromancer that well. Kind of want to just guarantee I'm not going to afflict anytime soon. Yeah, let's go for it. We haven't hit any hunger checks yet either, so this will guarantee the food will last for 2 more hallways.
Gathered close in tenuous firelight, an uneasy companionship.
This is that instance where we swap the Answer's Scroll onto Crusader, and then he can heal for more stress. We'll do the Zealous Vigil here. And then he could actually also hit the Zealous Speech. Would be nice. Or I go for like Bless, Snakeskin, Adder's Embrace. Stress isn't that high. Stress is a big killer in the Necromancer fight though. But I'm not getting the full stress heal either. These guys don't have that much stress to heal off. I'm going to go ahead and hit it though. I think this is still going to be best for the team overall. And that means that we can pump up someone's accuracy here. Someone's accuracy and dodge. Everyone has accuracy right now, besides Vestal. I can't increase her accuracy. There are a lot of guys with protection, but I could prioritize protecting her. 10 accuracy. Okay. Let's go and protect her, I guess. Snakeskin. I could open up this chest now. It's actually not. I have plenty of bandages. I don't think I'm going to need those. I should try to open this bookcase for a map, potentially. Okay, I already got all the journals, so that doesn't actually give me anything. Back down to 0 stress in everyone. Okay, there's a fight here. Okay, it's not the Shambler, so I'm happy. I'm going to prioritize... Let's do this so that Crusader can definitely finish this guy off, right?
Well struck.
14 to 27, yeah. Let's try to kill this guy now here.
Sedated.
Okay, fight is done. Might as well stall for like 2 HP heal here.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
That's alright. How likely is it that I'm not going to be able to backtrack for the secret room? Not that likely, right? I think I'm just going to go for it here. We have some crappy stuff in the inventory anyway.
For a task well performed.
I don't think I'm going to need all those bandages at this point. Everything else I think I want to keep. $300 gold. I'll pass on that for now. Okay. Okay, we got a Chevalier here. Luckily we can stun these guys. It's a very good stun for us. He probably goes first. Okay, great dodge. We can't actually stun anybody. It's kind of awkward. 85%. I guess we could try to go for a stun here. Oh, wow. He actually lands it. Did not expect that. Okay, at least he didn't get the curse there.
Decimated.
Let's actually double stun this guy. Armor piercing against him. Should guarantee a kill either way. Do I want to kill this guy though? Now let's do this.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Actually stuck. Doesn't really matter though. Okay, glad she didn't get cursed.
Impressive.
Okay, good.
A momentary abatement.
Stress heal here. Nice dodge.
A death by inches. A decisive
Nice crit.
pummeling.
So in case there's a room battle here, let's get our speed buff going.
Press this advantage.
Oh,
Give them no
big loot.
quarter.
No scouting? How could you do me like this? I guess I don't need the herbs for any curios at this point. Inventory's pretty full. And these sapphires are going to stack better than gold. Care more about crests. These crests should fill out my requirements to get the training ring, so maybe I can go take on the hag next week, actually. My buffs are going to start... Oh, God, guys. Guys! That's why we take the holy waters. Okay, this would be our 5th Shambler. The team is in a pretty good spot actually, because they have stress buffs and it's a good dance team. This might actually be the worst. Ideally I end this fight without afflicting. 10% chance of stun over healing him for 4. Good damage. So this is the first veteran Shambler I'm taking on, actually.
Injury. Palpable fear.
I think I have to use Plague Doctor on these tentacles. Good.
Obliterated.
That guy's dead. We can... I think we need to prioritize some healing here. Oh, he actually takes turn first. That means I could try... Okay, I can't go for that tentacle, so let's get more damage on him. Normally this would be really good, but that tentacle's already, like, dead. DOT, I'm still going to prioritize on the tentacles, and then I will focus the rest of the damage on the Shambler.
Continue the onslaught.
Yeah, because they're dead in 2 turns of dot. Okay, Crusader is 130, same as the Vestal. I never got able to pick up the stunning trinket though, so that's a little unfortunate. I think we'll just prioritize the damage. Okay, taking a lot of stress on her. I'm really glad I took the negative stress skill during camping. Let's get the dot going on the Shambler, because I can stun this tentacle now with either of these 2 guys. Good damage. Okay, that's why we have this guy. Oh no, 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 please. Don't crit me. Don't afflict me. No! That's really bad, guys. May not be able to... because the Necromancer does do so much stress damage, it may not be possible to take him on at this point. It's really unfortunate. And he doesn't even get stunned. Let's prioritize killing the Shambler off now. Shambler's not even dead yet. Is there a world where we could salvage this? Maybe if we hit some good stress healing curios? Okay, that thing's dead. I think we need to heal off his stress to prevent him from afflicting. Okay. Heal for a little bit of damage or try to get a crit on this guy. 16% chance to crit and heal some stress versus healing for 2 or 3. It's alright.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Let's pitch the keys for now. I want the holy waters, want the anti-venoms. I could just eat the food. Take the gold. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we have the tentacle idol. Let's try to roll some of virtues if we can. She still needs to have the map though. Alright, let's see what happens. Let's try to prioritize stress healing. Maybe we can salvage this run and still go against the Necromancer. In which case, I'm actually gonna put the Answers Scroll onto the Crusader here so we can do more stress healing. Okay. Fortunately, no surprise against us. Gonna want to shield the point blank from that guy. That's really bad. Can we at least roll a virtue here? No. I have a love-hate relationship with this item. It's got me good virtues sometimes, but a lot of times just doesn't. Yeah. Okay, it's not gonna happen.
Self-preservation is paramount at any cost. Precision and power.
What a bummer.
Masterfully executed. Their cursed champion falls.
I mean, let's see what happens, I guess. We can swap swap our items back around. Feather Crystal goes on him. The Holy Slayer goes on him. Wait. No. Here we go. Tentacle Idol. Okay. You were the worst person to get that. Greedy.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
At least there's no chance of a second Shambler spawning. Oh, come on. Fearful. I don't know which quirk triggered that.
Death waits for the slightest lapse in
Okay.
concentration.
You know what? Probably just gonna run away here.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
Hmm. Well, that's not good. Three failed retreats in a row. At least she's not dying. Oh god.
A wise general cuts losses and regroups.
Look at that. uh, our pity courageous virtue.
Shines brightest against a backdrop of despair.
So I didn't. That doesn't count as a death sword check, at least. Yeah. Well, it's to be expected, I guess. If you wanted the Shambler in the veteran dungeon, I mean, sure you can kill him, but odds are someone's going to afflict probably. Not the worst in the world. Alright, let's update our description here. It is week 50 plus. We have 3 retreats now, and 5 Shamblers killed. Perfectionist, tuckered out, light sensitive, okay.
In truth, I cannot tell how much
That
time
is
has
not
passed since
worth the
I
shards. Our gold did increase though. Got quite a lot of gold in that quest. Unfortunately, we cannot go on a quest to take on the wolf anymore. But so the thing with the tentacle idol here is I always sell this item. I always accumulate all of the ancestral items from the Shambler, and I sell the tentacle idol. Because that means when I run to the Shambler again, which I will, and I kill him, I will get the tentacle idol every time. And if I get the tentacle idol after the Shambler, I can swap it onto the high stress guys and potentially salvage a run by rolling a virtue. And it gives me a nice chunk of gold too. So we could go for a swine god. We do have enough crest to take on the hag if we want to. We can just convert some portraits. We have an antiquarian here. Let's check our experienced recruits. Still no highwayman. This Vestal is better or worse? Tough, Photomania, Fate of Fear of Mankind, Hard Noggin, Eldritch Slayer, Deadly, Fear of Unholy. This Vestal is better.
Send this one to journey elsewhere. For we have need of
Nothing good
sterner
here.
stock.
So, do I want to get this? Sense of Peace. What does that do? Let me look this one up. Crystalline Foci? Foci? According to Steam, it's a 50-point stress heal for the entire roster, which is not enough. It's not even enough to clear the stress here, so I have better use for the shards. She can only go here. He can only go there. And that means we can put her here. We already have an extra plague doctor around. And yeah, let's do that. Can we go on an antiquarian run this week maybe? Any long quests? No long quests. So if I wanted to go on an antiquarian run, it'd have to be in this medium quest that has Thing from the Stars roaming around. Is that worth it? I would do something like this. No, think about it. Well, alrighty. Been playing for like 3 hours now. Gotta go ahead and make dinner, and then I'll be back on for a little bit later tonight. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I will see you guys the next time.